Welcome to our YouTube channel Dream Dynamics.
In a world that emphasizes kindness and understanding, the notion of not being gentle with everyone may seem counterintuitive. Nonetheless, Zen Master, the enlightened sage who transcended mere politeness, presents a profound perspective on this matter. At the age of 29, Zen Master embarked on a spiritual journey to seek answers to the fundamental questions of existence. Why we suffer and how we can attain lasting happiness and inner peace. After years of intensive meditation and self-inquiry, Zen Master achieved enlightenment. From that point on, Zen Master became the awakened one and began sharing insights with the world. Zen Master's teachings revolve around the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, which provide profound guidance on navigating the complexities of human existence. 1. The truth of suffering. Zen Master's first noble truth acknowledges the existence of suffering in the world. It is an inherent part of human life, encompassing physical pain, emotional turmoil, and the discontent that arises from constantly desiring more. While being gentle with everyone may temporarily alleviate some forms of suffering, it does not address the root causes of suffering. Zen Master encourages us to confront suffering head-on and acknowledge its presence in our lives. By doing so, we gain clarity and insight into the nature of suffering, allowing us to find effective ways to transcend it. 2. The truth of the cause of suffering. The second noble truth identifies the cause of suffering as attachment and craving. It is human nature to seek pleasure and avoid pain, but our attachment to these desires leads to suffering. Being excessively gentle with everyone can be a manifestation of attachment and a desire for approval or validation. Zen Master teaches us that letting go of attachment and craving is the path to liberation from suffering. This does not mean becoming emotionally detached, but rather developing a balanced and compassionate attitude towards others. 3. The truth of the cessation of suffering. The third noble truth offers hope by asserting that the cessation of suffering is attainable. It is possible to overcome suffering by eliminating its root causes, attachment and craving. When we cease clinging to external validation or the need to please everyone, we free ourselves from the cycle of suffering. 4. The truth of the path to the cessation of suffering. The fourth noble truth outlines the Eightfold Path, which is the path to liberation from suffering. This path encompasses ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. While being gentle with everyone might seem like a virtuous quality, the Eightfold Path encourages us to cultivate discernment and wisdom in our interactions. The middle way, often associated with Zen Master, is the principle of finding balance and avoiding extremes. In the context of not being gentle with everyone, the middle way encourages us to strike a balance between compassion and discernment. Zen Master himself exemplified the middle way throughout his life. Before his enlightenment, he had lived an indulgent life as a prince, and then he experimented with extreme asceticism. Neither extreme brought him the answers he sought. It was only when he found the balance of the middle way that he attained enlightenment. In our interactions with others, the middle way suggests that we should neither be excessively gentle, enabling harmful behavior, nor excessively harsh, causing unnecessary suffering. Instead, we should approach each situation with discernment, understanding when to be compassionate and when to set boundaries. Compassion versus enabling is one of the key concerns when it comes to not being gentle with everyone. Zen Master teaches us that true compassion is not about enabling harmful behavior or sacrificing our well-being for the sake of others. The parable of the raft beautifully illustrates the concept of not being gentle with everyone when appropriate. This parable highlights the temporary nature of Zen Master's teachings and the importance of letting go when they have served their purpose. In the parable, a traveler crosses a vast river with a makeshift raft, constructed to get to the other side. After reaching the other side safely, the traveler leaves the raft behind, understanding that it served its purpose in helping him cross the river. The lesson of the parable of the raft teaches us that Zen Master's teachings, like the raft, are meant to be tools for crossing the river of suffering and ignorance. They are not meant to be clung to indefinitely. Similarly, our approach to not being gentle with everyone should be adaptive and context-dependent. Sometimes being gentle and compassionate is like the raft, helping others navigate their difficulties. However, there are situations where holding on to excessive gentleness becomes a hindrance. In such cases, we must let go of our gentleness and adopt a more discerning approach to guide ourselves and others toward liberation from suffering. The middle path in action includes setting boundaries, dealing with harmful behavior, and navigating conflicts. Setting boundaries is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships. When faced with harmful behavior, the middle path encourages us to respond with wisdom and compassion. When conflicts arise, the middle path teaches us not to avoid or suppress them, but to address them with skillful means, engaging in constructive dialogue and seeking resolutions that promote genuine harmony and understanding. Impermanence is one of the fundamental truths in Zen Master's teachings. It teaches us that all things, including our emotions and relationships, are subject to change. Understanding impermanence is essential for responding to the concept of not being gentle with everyone. The impermanence of emotions reminds us that our feelings are ever-changing and recognizing. This allows us to respond with equanimity and wisdom. The impermanence of relationships teaches us to appreciate the beauty of each moment, while also being prepared for the inevitable changes that life brings. Letting go is an art that impermanence teaches, encouraging us to approach our relationships and interactions with a sense of openness and adaptability. Cultivating equanimity is valuable when striving not to be excessively gentle with everyone. It helps us remain composed and compassionate in all circumstances. This is not a call for harshness or indifference, but an invitation to embody true compassion rooted in wisdom, understanding, and a deep desire for the well-being and liberation of all beings. In conclusion, embracing the middle way, as taught by Zen Master, is a path to true compassion that transcends fleeting emotions and brings lasting peace to ourselves and those around us. It is a balanced approach that allows us to navigate the complexities of human relationships with wisdom, compassion, and discernment.
Zen Master's insights remind us that while kindness and gentleness are valuable virtues, they must be grounded in discernment and wisdom. In a world that often equates unrelenting gentleness with goodness, Zen Master challenges us to go deeper, exploring the true nature of compassion and its role in alleviating suffering. By balancing kindness with boundaries and clarity, we can navigate the complexities of human relationships without becoming enablers of harm or sacrificing their integrity. The Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path serve as timeless guides, emphasizing that suffering is not only universal, but also rooted in attachment and craving. Excessive gentleness, when driven by the desire to avoid conflict or seek approval, can unwittingly perpetuate the very suffering we aim to alleviate. By addressing the root causes of suffering, both within ourselves and others, we create space for genuine growth, healing, and peace. The parable of the raft offers a powerful metaphor for understanding this balance. Just as the raft is a temporary tool to cross the river, our approach to kindness and gentleness must be adaptive, serving the situation at hand rather than becoming a fixed principle. Clinging to perpetual gentleness, even when it enables harm, is akin to carrying the raft on one's back after crossing the river. It becomes a burden rather than a benefit. Zen Master's teaching on the middle way underscores the importance of balance in all things. Having experienced both indulgence and extreme austerity, he discovered that neither extreme provides the clarity or liberation we seek. In the context of relationships, the middle way invites us to find equilibrium between being overly accommodating and excessively harsh. This balanced approach allows us to respond thoughtfully and effectively to the ever-changing dynamics of human interactions. In practical terms, this means learning to set boundaries. Healthy relationships require boundaries that protect our well-being while respecting others. This is not about rejection or avoidance, but about creating space for mutual growth and understanding. Address harmful behavior instead of making the person feel like they did anything wrong. Instead, responding with wisdom and firmness when necessary promotes accountability and fosters genuine transformation. Navigate conflict with compassion. Conflicts are an inevitable part of human relationships. The middle way teaches us to approach them constructively, engaging in dialogue that seeks resolution and mutual understanding, rather than avoiding discomfort. Zen Master's emphasis on impermanence, anicca, further deepens our understanding of why gentleness must be situational. Emotions, relationships, and circumstances are all transient. What serves one moment may not serve the next. Recognizing impermanence allows us to adapt our approach, letting go of behaviors or attitudes that no longer align with the current reality. It encourages us to view every interaction as an opportunity to grow and respond with wisdom and clarity. True compassion, as Zen Master teaches, is not passive. It is an active force that seeks to uplift and liberate, even if that requires moments of discomfort or confrontation. It is not about always being agreeable, but about acting with the intention of reducing suffering in the long term. This may mean challenging someone's harmful actions or stepping back from relationships that drain our emotional energy. When practiced with discernment, compassion becomes a powerful tool for transformation, both for ourselves and those around us. Cultivating equanimity, or emotional stability, allows us to remain composed in the face of challenges, ensuring that our actions are guided by wisdom rather than fleeting emotions or social pressures. The ultimate result of embracing Zen Master's teachings is a life of balance, authenticity, and liberation. By embodying the middle way, we free ourselves from the extremes of indulgence and detachment, gentleness and harshness. We learn to navigate relationships with clarity, responding to each situation with the appropriate blend of compassion and firmness. This path not only brings us closer to inner peace, but also fosters deeper, more meaningful connections with those around us. In the end, Zen Master's wisdom reveals that to not always be gentle with everyone is not a failure of kindness, but a profound expression of it. It is an acknowledgement that true compassion requires discernment, courage, and a willingness to act in ways that serve the greater good, even if they are momentarily uncomfortable. By embracing this balance, we honor the impermanent and unconnected nature of all things, walking the path toward lasting peace and harmony in our lives and the world.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found this story meaningful and the lessons impactful, don't miss out on more content like this. Subscribe to our channel to stay connected and receive regular updates filled with insightful narratives and valuable life lessons. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to sharing more empowering stories with you. Remember, every small step towards personal development counts. See you in our next video.